Hello, this is Jilly Bling of jillybling.com, and this is the second project that is in the traveling card buffet box. And let me show you what's in here, and we'll get started making one of these cards just so you have ideas and a few hints, and it should be easy to follow along with. So this is how you'll get the box, and inside are papers, dimensionals, embossing folders, stamps we might use, stamp sets so you could choose the words if you want different words. Here's more papers and a template, more stamps, and this has some snow in it and glue dots. Here's the ink pads and a few different ribbons, puff paint for snow, ribbon, a stamp that won't fit in the box. So I'll take these because we'll be using all this stuff. Okay, so let's look at the samples, and when I show you the samples, I'll tell you a difference in a few of them, which will help you determine what you want to do. So I think today we'll do this one. So when you look at all these, let me show you how this one opens. Can you see it from there? Ooh. And I put on the inside what colors I used to color the little cute animal on the top. I think this one right here is everyone's favorite. The little reindeer. Lots of snowflakes. So all of these cards are really cute. The only thing is if you want it to stand up on your table, it doesn't really do that, just because of it being portrait rather than landscape. If it was landscape, like this one, it folds open and that will sit on your tabletop just fine. So that's why I thought we would do this one. And this has some sledding, caroling little critters, and then I stamped them on the inside. And if you do want to stamp them on the inside, if you can, stamp and not use the cutouts. Otherwise, the people who get the kit after you won't have already cut out pieces. And here is mice with a little ornament. Lots of stamping in there. Okay, so on to the differences. This one, the embossing folder, is a snowflake. And then on the background, I stamped snowflakes here. And this one uses the mica flakes for snow. This one, this is the Woodlands embossing folder here on this band, and then also on this cutout piece of Pool Party. And this uses puff paint. These both use the green ribbon. That one is just a bow at the top. And this ribbon is tied all the way around. The little reindeer, this is the Woodlands embossing folder. Nothing on this Pool Party piece. And those are the self-adhesive back snowflakes. And puff paint. And the polar bear, just using a piece of ribbon, cut little flags in the end of it, and puff paint, and nothing back here on the Pool Party. And finally, this one, snowflake texture on the Pool Party, snowflake texture on this Coastal Cabana paper. Okay, so let's make this one. Now that you know the differences, it should be easier to help you decide what you want to, which one, how you want to do it. And you could do any combination that you like. There's no wrong. So I'll put all these back in the bag later. Okay, so let me find the box with papers. Oh, and when you get into the box, all these papers here, they are lightly attached, and that's only because some of this really cute paper, there's snowman's heads here, and then some of them have snowman bottoms. And if I didn't have them attached, I think everyone would use snowman heads everywhere, and then I would end up with snowman bottoms. So if you can, just leave these attached, and you could choose whichever one you want. Oh, there's some different paper. But I just don't want to end up with 5 cards left in just snowman bottoms. That's not fair to whoever gets that. Okay, so if you want to do, see how this is red and white designer paper? I'm going to use this one just because the snowman heads aren't up too high. And I'll show you what that means here in just a minute. Okay, so choose one of those. And this printed paper, 2 per card. Take 2 of those. This paper is for the nested shapes die, stitched, nested. It's for this one here. Okay, we're done with that. Then choose which little critter you want. And I think I'll choose this one. This is the band that goes across the middle of all the cards. Get 1 of those per card. When it comes to this paper here, this is for this stitched nested shape once again. And you could do it in cherry or in real red. The colors are very similar, and I have both of the ribbons, so whichever you like is fine. I'll choose cherry this time. Got that one. And then this plain Costa Cabana paper is for the back of the card. Then for this one, you'll need one of these long white papers. Okay, so let's look at what's in here. This is to cut out these 2 papers. Let me find those. The bigger one is in red, and the littler one is in Pool Party. And I'll use my machine to cut those out. Here's a template. Let's do the template. So on your white paper, have the template laying right up here. And on the template, it says go in 5 inches. So it's laying here. Take this, go in 5 inches. Okay. Once again on the template, now we're going to do this, flip it over, and it says 1 inch. So flip it over, 1 inch. And that's all we need the score tool for. So just like the template, you could see the fold. That one goes that way. That one goes that way. Okay. And I would say that we could attach this, but I think we should stamp on it first. So with my bone folder, I'm going to confirm the folds. Make sure that these line up. Take your bone folder, confirm where you just scored, and then same with this one. Okay, so that's ready. So looking at the card, how about if we cut and texture the top pieces? So that's these here, and we're also going to texture this piece, the Coastal Cabana, the narrow long paper. So I'm going to get my machine over here, and this one is using snowflakes on this piece and snowflakes on this. Here's a snowflake embossing folder. It says use 2 clear plates. But you know, before I do that, I want to cut out this. If I were to texture it first, then cut it out, when I cut it out, it would remove the texture from wherever the dye hit the paper, and that wouldn't be good. Okay, so let's start out with the die cutting. Can you see okay? There, now you can see where it goes in. So here's my plates. So we're die cutting. So there's the red one ready, and the pool party piece ready. Put the clear plate on top. Okay. There's that one. Here's this one. Okay. I'll punch these out because I know this one, the pool party, I want to texture that. And the red one, no texture. It's just a layer. Okay, so to texture this and my Coastal Cabana paper, using the embossing folder, I think I could get both of them on one. Good, good. But I need, oops, I need to change the plates here a bit because this is embossing folder. So this one, which is for dies, is going to go out. And clear plate down, embossing folder with the spine first in, plate. Okay, let's texture these. This seems really easy. I hope I'm getting it textured. Oh yeah, did just fine. Okay, done with that, done with this, done with the machine. Okay, let's get back in order over here. Pieces, pieces, garbage. The dies will go in the instruction folder. This gets layered onto here. Okay, so this top piece right here that has a snowman on it, if you want to do, well, if you want to do any of them, I just loosely stuck them on there. To loosen them up, just give it a twist and it will come off. Ooh, this one has dots on them. Okay, dots it will be. And you can rub this adhesive off if you're going to do the card in the landscape direction. Okay, adhesive is off. So let's get those pieces really stuck on there. So it's too bad, but I'm going to cover up these adorable snowmen. I have a red snowstorm going here. Okay, so those pieces are on. Next is attach this textured layer of Coastal Cabana paper. That goes right in the middle. Okay, and what kind of ribbon? Because I used a satin before, I'm going to try something different. I did that before. How about, yeah, because there's nothing really green about this card. So how about this one? That's cute. Can it go that way? No. But you know, this time to make it easy, I think I'm just going to do it at an angle. Just like that. Okay. Little adhesive to hold it on. Hold it in place. Right in the middle. Okay, that's good. So these pieces just get stuck together. And then they go on with dimensionals. Where's some dimensionals? There's some in the box. Okay. This is looking cute. And the little guy, on the inside of all of the cards, I tell you what colors I use to color it. And I've got one done. Just a hint of color. If you don't like coloring, this is the way to go. So he'll go on dimensionals. Get him stuck down. I'll do the snow at the end. Okay, so he'll go right about here. Oh, look at that smile. Okay, so now we're just missing the inside. So let's see what the inside looks like. So that's just, oh, here's to a cool Yule, because that's a cool kid. And then just snowflakes on here. And then this time I put the these pieces of designer paper on either end. Okay, so snowflakes. And when I look at this piece, I could tell that this is how I stamp it. And just this little bit is going to be attached, and the whole bottom is attached. But we'll do that in just a minute. So let's do snowflakes now. And you can do them in Coastal Cabana or Pool Party. Because this is Coastal Cabana, well, that's Pool Party. I'll do it in both. Coastal Cabana is just a little darker. Okay, done with that. Now clean it and then use Pool Party. I have all these different snowflake options in there. I probably should have used something different, but that's okay. Snow. And here's to a cool U. I like that, but let's see what else is in here. Merry Christmas, Let It Snow, North Pole Delivery, ho ho ho, Warm and Toasty, Sharing Christmas Cheer. Well, I want to do something a little different. I think I'll just put Let It Snow in red. Should I do it in red? Yeah, right here. Okay. Here is, that's dirty. Here's Let It Snow. Oh, you know, when I run out of blocks, I use these little ones that I get from Paper Pumpkin or in kits. And they're not too happy with the fingers. So there's that. And okay, things are complete. And let's see, on the outside I have cherry, cherry, red. On the inside I'm going to have this is red, so I think I'm going to do this in, oh, I don't want to do it in cherry. Should I do it in cherry? I think the words Let It Snow should be in blue, or, well, I'll do it in cherry. See how it turns out. I want it to be bold, but the words Let It Snow somehow just don't seem to belong in cherry. Oh, that's cute though. Okay, cherry it is. Good. And I'll put the snow at the bottom at the end. So now it's time to assemble the card. So I'll leave this sitting here. If I put it on the side, can you see? Yeah, you can see the shape of it. So here we have two pieces. This one has nothing. This one has the front all decorated. So when you look at the template, and maybe if you have this one sitting here, somebody was doing this the other day and they got confused on it, so I'm trying to make it clear. This one sitting here, the template tells you first put adhesive on there. So I'm going to put these together, and now taking my piece, I'm going to put adhesive right where it said first put adhesive there. Okay, so now adhesive is right here, which is right here, which means it's going to stick to the back piece with no print, no fancy, no nothing. But before you stick it, let's close this all up. So now see how it's about card, standard card size? It's going to go on this solid Coastal Cabana paper. The top is setting off to the side. We'll do that in a minute. Okay, so on your Coastal Cabana paper, with this piece all folded up, take it and put it on here. And it's not exactly centered. It's more just so you have a nice border at the top. So let me see. See how at the top it's a really nice border? I'm going to put this down. And down here at the bottom, it's a little bit bigger than you normally would want, but that's where these little plate pieces, it will cover it up. Also, when we were stamping, make sure that you stamp it the right direction. If you had it all flipped over, that would be a problem. And as I'm looking at it, I have it a little crooked. Let me try to lift that up and do it again. Okay, get it all folded up. And just focus on this amount right up here being equal with the sides. And understand that there will be a gap down at the bottom. Okay, so let's see. You could see that it's bigger down here and just a little bit up there. Okay, so let's do these designer paper here in just a minute. This little flap that's sticking up here, right here, when the card is down, we're going to put adhesive just right here on this little flap. And that is, put adhesive here second. And if this is confusing, let me know and we can assemble after you do all the work and get it all decorated. We can assemble when I see you. Okay, so adhesive is just on this little flap right here. The 1-inch flap. And have it scored and folded down well. Then your decorated card top is going to go directly over the card bottom. So I haven't stuck it yet. And maybe they're a slightly different size, but that's okay. Just as long as this piece covers up the bottom piece. Okay, so when you look at it, perfectly good card. And look at that, the magic. So when you look at the inside, it's looking a little bit blah. We're done with this. So let's put these pieces on. So I'm just going to do one strip of adhesive. And now, remember how we left a little bit of a bigger gap? This piece is going to fill in the gap. So this amount now is perfectly equal with the amount on the bottom. Oops, I have it down too low. Okay, and let's do one more here. And when you put this piece on, this designer paper on, don't cover, if you can, maybe leave a little bit of a white border or right up on the edge, because if you cover that seam right there, you won't be able to open it up. It's going to hinder the mechanism. So, adhesive, and see how you could see just a hint of white right there? Just a little bit of white. If I put it over that, we wouldn't be able to open it. Okay, so there's the card. It just needs a bit of mica flake messy snow that goes everywhere. So how about if we start with the outside? Wherever you want snow, use your glue. Should I put some on his head? I think I did before. Maybe a few over here. Okay, mica flake is this one. Oh, and Carol put some in here. She said she did. So it looks like the bottom part is a little iridescent and the top part is not so iridescent. I'm going to mix them all up. Thank you, Carol, for your generosity. Snow. And just kind of push it into the glue. And it's funny, this stuff is the gift that keeps giving. It will just keep on appearing like for months. Some people don't like glitter because I'm not going to say what Ruby calls it. But if you don't like the gift that keeps giving, maybe maybe don't use this stuff. Because it gets everywhere and then it kind of falls off along the way. I'm mixing it because it was half not iridescent, the other half iridescent. Okay, so we need some for the inside. So I'm going to knock off the excess. Look how cute that is. Or it might drive some people crazy because it's it's going to keep giving. Okay, and now I'm going to open this up and put snow all along the bottom. So if you want lots of snow, do lots of glue. I could put it up here in the snowflakes. You know what? I'm being a little excessive today, so that's just how it is. And that's what the words say. Let it snow. Okay, apply snow. My paper is loaded. Do snow at the end. It's a party. I have glue on my finger, now it's sticking to me. More snow. I'll dump all the excess back in there. Okay, now the snow on top. Oh, I'm making a mess of things. Boy, and you have to decide between all the embossing folders, all the little critters. Chris, I know you're going to do lots of them. Got to do one of each. Ooh, Jennifer gets it first. Let's see what Jennifer makes. Okay. Off with excess snow. Look at that. Doesn't that make you feel festive? Being that it's going to be 100 degrees tomorrow, aren't you just thrilled we're doing snowy stuff? It's so pretty. Okay, I'm going to let it sit open to dry. But there it is. If you have any questions, contact me. We can put it together if you like. Well, have a great weekend. I hope to see you this weekend. And until next time, until the next, what should I call it? I've been calling it the traveling project box, or until the next card buffet card traveling box. We're good for now. Okay, bye.